Hey, good morning. It's somewhere around 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm going for a walk. It is a gorgeous day. I haven't eaten anything yet today. I'm not really that hungry. I had a gigantic steak at about, I'd say, 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon, and then I had some jerky, beef jerky, obviously. Like 8 o'clock, I had a little craving for something to snack on, so I broke out the little beef jerky sticks and had 4 or 5 of those. Um, I love them. They're delicious. They do have 1 gram of sugar per stick, so I'm not thrilled about that. I'm trying to go as close to zero carbs as possible. But for those of you who are watching your sugar intake, it's harder and harder to find stuff that you can just grab and go with that is sugar free. So, and without sugar added, make believe sugar, the saccharin and all that other garbage that we put into our systems. So, but anyway, I'm getting off topic. Um, for those of you who know me, I never really had an issue with doing things that needed to be done, but as far as just going out and going for a walk or any type of exercise over the last, say, 10 years, little or no. I got my exercise at work. That was always my thing. Like I've said in other videos, I have a very physical job. I do a lot of walking, a lot of climbing up and down ladders, a lot of lifting, pushing, pulling, all the, typical heavy job stuff. But as far as, taking initiative and going outside, just going for a walk or exercise and lifting weights or anything like that, it just wasn't a thing I did. Look at it here. Oh, yeah, now you can see it's a truck. But it's gorgeous out here. Here, let me flip the camera. Look at this place. I mean, it's just the perfect day, right? And normally I would waste this morning, the time, but now that I'm changing my lifestyle and I feel a little clearer. Everything just seems a little clearer, a little crisper. Um, I want to go for walks. I want to get out. I want to do things. Pardon the way I look right now. I literally woke up about a half hour ago. I didn't even take a shower, shave. I shaved a little bit. Got my face together, but I still haven't taken a shower. I figure I'll go for a walk. If I work up a little bit of a sweat, good time to jump in the shower. So, pardon the bags and the look in the eyes. I'm just, this is a lot of these videos are spur of the moment. It's what I'm feeling, how I'm feeling in the moment. It's not always, the best time to be out. By the way, this shirt didn't fit me when I bought it. It was like this. It was like super, super tight. I don't really like tight shirts for whatever reason. Tight shirts make my back sore. I feel like I'm being held. It's just an uncomfortable feeling. Now it's very comfortable. It fits well. It might even be, no, it fits perfect. So I'm very happy with this shirt right now. It used to feel like it was constricting my arms, like it was a second layer of skin. Now it's all good. So all positive stuff. So again, I'm getting a little off topic. I started this carnivore journey about, I don't know, I'm not counting the days, 36, 37, 38 days ago, 40 days ago. When you're doing, in the past, let me say it this way, when I've done low carb or, diet, calorie restrictive diets, it was always like a brag to say, oh, I'm week and a half, no low calorie. I'm on this diet for 6 weeks. I'm on this diet for 6 months. It was always like that was the brag. Because it's like being at war. I've been in the battlefield for not that it's like war, but you understand what I'm saying. It's just the fact that you're suffering through it for X amount of days is like a badge of honor on your chest. And I would love to have that badge of honor to say, oh, I'm suffering through this carnivore experience, and it's a nightmare. And every day's a struggle. And I get up in the morning and I fight off the urge to have a Big Mac or a cheeseburger on white bread, or I don't. This is just easy for me, and I the videos I'm watching, the people I'm inspired by, and the people that make sense to me, because at the end of the day, it just has to make sense to me. But it's not a suffer for me. It feels right. Like I went with my girlfriend yesterday. We're just bored, and like everybody, we live kind of paycheck to paycheck, so there isn't a lot of money to do stuff. So we took a ride to the mall. We just walked around. It was fun. We had a great time. We saw a lot of interesting people. As soon as we got there, she got hungry, which is fine. We went to the food court, and there was one thing that I could have, which was like a curry goat, but I wasn't starving. I really wasn't. I wasn't hungry. That's really the bottom line. So I took her over to there's a place in the mall called Pancake Cottage. There's one in the village near me, and there's one in the mall. Their food has always been good to me. I was never on any type of I never had any special dietary thing I was trying to look out for. Even though I was diabetic, I just ate what I ate. And I just said, hey, let's go in. We'll get something to eat. I'm not starving, but I'll grab a bite just to get my my meat intake up. I want to try and hit that 2-pound mark, which I don't have a scale, so I'm just kind of guessing. But I really don't think I'm hitting the 2-pound mark. So anyway, she ordered a cheeseburger deluxe, fries, coleslaw, a pickle, and I got a glass of water. And like I said, there just wasn't anything on the menu, and I didn't want to bother them with, oh, let me buy the $17 burger, but only get the beef patty. I don't know if they necessarily, some places have an a la carte menu where you can kind of pay for what you're asking for, but most places like, well, if you order a burger and you don't want the bun, the cheese, the lettuce, tomato, the ketchup, the onions, if you don't want all that stuff, well, you're still ordering a burger, so it's $17. It's not $6.50 because you just ordered the patty. So I didn't want to give them $17 for a patty. I didn't even ask. I didn't want to go through the aggravation of it. But like I said, I wasn't hungry. And that's kind of the point of this, is I'm not starving. I'm never chasing food. I'm never chasing carbs. Her burger was perfectly cooked. It had a nice aroma to it. It looked delicious. The presentation was good. The restaurant's a great restaurant. I know their food is something I've eaten in the past and thoroughly enjoyed. I've had their burgers probably 100 times. And I sat and I watched her eat it. I drank my glass of water, and I was fine. There was no suffering. So, look, I'm a firm believer in your body will tell you when something's wrong. And I never felt comfortable with the way I was eating before. There was always a voice in the back of my head going, you're overdoing it. It's too much. Look at these trees. How pretty. Anyway, there was always that little voice in the back of my head saying, you're dropping the ball. You're effing this up. I don't want to say any bad words, but that's, my mind thinks in swear words from time to time. So that's what I was thinking. You're really effing this up. And I just never felt comfortable in my own skin. I never felt like I was doing what my body needed. And I'm doing this carnivore thing. Like I said, I'm not counting the days. The first 2 weeks I counted every second because it was a struggle, but I'm not counting them anymore. There's no internal alarms going off. There's no, hey, you need a tomato. It just doesn't the tomatoes don't even look appetizing to me anymore. You know, I did a juice fast, right? I watched that movie, Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. It was great. It inspired me. Um, I needed to make some changes, so I thought maybe that's a good way to go. The gentleman that was in the video had great results while he was doing it. Um, lo and behold, I saw videos, documentaries about him where he gained the weight back after he went back to eating, and that's exactly what I did. But it was a great experience. I'm not knocking what the gentleman did. He fought back a lot of his illnesses, and he made great information out there for people who want to go that route. I'm not I'm not going to knock anybody. I may not believe in what you're doing, but I'm not going to knock you for what you do. If you want to be a vegetarian, you know what? Good for you. Good for you, because you're doing something. I may not believe it's the healthiest path. I never really have, even before I started the carnivore thing. But you know what? That's not for me to judge what you're doing. If you enjoy your vegetables and you're doing it in a way that satisfies you, and hopefully it's a healthy way for you to go, hey, I'll back your play. Do your thing, dog. Good for you. Dust off your willpower. See if you could do it. I hope you're going to doctors and you're getting blood work and you're getting all these things done to make sure that your unfortunately misguided belief that you're saving the planet, my concern is that's healthy for you. And if all your blood work's coming back normal and you're getting all your vitamins, your nutrients, you're not frail or sickly and everything's working for you, hey, more power to you. It's not for me, but I'm glad it's for you. So, on that topic, I talk to a lot of people about what I'm doing. I'm one of those people. I want to share every experience I have with everybody. I'm a big storyteller. I'm big into being in the middle of the room, telling everybody about whatever crazy experience I had at work or crazy experience I had going to the store or something that was hilarious or scary. I love telling stories. I don't know if you could tell. But I talk to everybody, my friends, my family, and here's what I'm trying to say. You're gonna have mixed feelings from everybody. Some people are gonna see truly what your results are and hear what you're saying about your blood work, and even though they don't really understand what you're doing, they'll be supportive. My girlfriend, thank God, is on the supportive side. Granted, she's my girlfriend. She's supposed to be supportive. I'm her boyfriend. I'm supposed to be supportive. But that's not always the case. You don't always have a spouse at home that feels what you're doing is right and is going to back your play 100%. But I'm sure she had her questions about what I was doing and why I was doing it when I started it. But she knows I did some research. I found people that I felt were trustworthy, not just people that said what I wanted to hear, people that have the background and understand how the body functions far better than I, people who are far more intelligent than I am. And if they said it in a way, one, that even though I may not understand the science completely, that it made sense to me, and their credentials made me comfortable in the fact that they've been around a few things and they've seen a few things, then, and most importantly, their main thing isn't selling you something. If you start off your video by saying, I have this great program, and if you wait till the end, you'll get everything I'm out. As soon as I get the feeling you're selling me something, it doesn't matter if you have the most valid opinion on the planet, I'm not hearing it. From time to time, I'll follow through the video just to see if there's a snippet of something I can, get some use out of, because I am a stealer of thoughts. If you have information that I can use, I will listen to you all day long for that one sentence that'll give me something that I can use in my life. Because at the end of the day, I want to be better every day. I want to feel better. I want to look better. I want to perform better. I want to be a better human being. So, all right. So that's exit number 36 that I just took off the conversation. Anyway, so you're going to have people that are completely supportive. Hopefully, the people you surround yourself with are completely supportive. But that's not been my experience. You know, I have some people that just don't agree with what I'm doing, and hey, look, they're valuable too. You know, their opinions are valuable because sometimes those people see something you don't. You know what I mean? My my brother, when I was doing low carb back in the day, and I first got diagnosed with diabetes. I hadn't seen him, and I told the story in other videos. I lost a ton of weight. I thought I was doing great. I was exercising every day, and me and him were on the phone every day, and I'm telling him what I'm doing and how my weight loss is going and everything. He's very supportive. And then he came to my front door, and the look of shock on his face blew my mind. So what I ended up doing is, you know, like I've said in other videos, it made me take a second look at myself in the mirror, and I had to make some changes. So I don't want to get into that whole thing. I did that in another video. I believe if you go back and watch my first video, it's the one that's like 49 minutes long or something like that. I go into the story a little deeper. But my point is, his response could have been viewed as negative, but it was really just, he saw something that I couldn't see. For whatever reason, whether I was so focused on the scale and progress and feeling better and, you know, get my diabetes in control, that I wasn't looking in the mirror at what was really there, that my face was sunk in, and I was being too restrictive and working way too hard. So my point in saying this is don't think that everybody who's being negative is just you know, fighting against you. Sometimes they're trying to look out for you. And the people who are negative in my life, I'm sure they're just their heart's in the right place. But here's the caveat to that. Everybody I know, you know, I was eating horrible. You know, I would not only eat ice cream, I'd bring ice cream to people where I was going, or, you know, I'd go out with friends to restaurants and eat whatever the hell I wanted. Rice, alcoholic beverages. And alcohol, it's liquid sugar. That's the worst way to go. I'd stayed away from soda for whatever reason. It was drilled in, let me fix that. I stayed away from soda with sugar in it, but I was drinking diet soda by the gallon. I was literally at points drinking 6 liters of soda a day. You know, the caffeine had a grip on me, and, you know, you don't really appreciate that until you don't have it anymore. But you know, when I could sit with everybody and eat what they were eating and do what they were doing and mimic, you know, not mimic, but that's the best word I can use, but mimic their actions. You know, if they look at me and see a reflection of themselves and what they're doing, and I'm happy and eating cheeseburgers and French fries and drinking milkshakes and, you know, doing that whole thing, then, and nobody says a word. Nobody says, you know, Evan, that's horrible. You shouldn't be eating that. That's really bad for you, like medically bad for me. And it's proven that everything I was eating was medically bad for me. But you make this change, and you get into something that might be outside the box as far as general thinking. And admittedly, I've done a lot of things that were outside the box. As far as the medical thinking and my diets, I'm really a all or nothing type of person. I'm either all in or all the way out. It's been good and bad in my life, but for the most part, when I decide to do something, I go out of the 100%, and when I find it doesn't work, then I'm out 100%. But so, you know, I have 100 friends. You know, at work I know 1 million people. I have a bunch of personal friends. You know, I have a couple of really close friends, and one or two are going to try and do this with me, and a couple of people are jokingly resistant to it, and some people are verbally resistant to it, you know. And my thing is, listen, I've done the research. I'm a relatively intelligent person. Because I have a health issue to begin with, I really do have to watch what I do to myself. I have to pay attention to my physical cues. You know, anybody who has diabetes understands that there's a million physical cues, and if you're being honest with yourself, you are much more in tune with what's going on in your body than most people who don't have any health issues, because your body reacts different to everything you put in your mouth. You know, even if you're not paying attention, you know, if you go out to dinner with your friends, you go home and you're half passed out when you get home, you know it's because you ate that pot of rice or that serving of rice or whatever it is. So I am acutely aware of what's going on in my body, good, bad, or indifferent, and I'm good. You know, this has been great for me. I don't have any warning signs. I don't have any red flags internally going off saying, "Hey, wait a second. You know, you need some broccoli. You know, your body needs broccoli right now." And you know, as a human being going back a 1,000 years or however long humans and cavemen and Neanderthals have been on this planet, there's an alarm inside your body. If you're having a craving for broccoli, chances are there's something in that broccoli your body needs. You know, let me walk across the street. This gentleman's walking his dog. Good morning. If you're craving, tomato or asparagus, chances are your body's trying to tell you need the iron or the vitamin B or whatever it is that's in that fruit. Your body remembers it, and it's trying to get you to get it, right? So explain to me how I can look at somebody eating a bowl of broccoli, which I love. I'm not a guy who is against eating vegetables. I love vegetables. You know, I enjoyed broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, asparagus, with the exception of maybe mushrooms, which I'm not even sure if they're considered a vegetable. I would eat any of them. If you gave me a bowl of just broccoli, I would have been fine with that. If you gave me a bowl of cucumbers, oh my God, I could eat them 1,000 different ways. I could bite into them as a whole cucumber. I'd eat the skin, everything. So explain to me how I never find myself craving something that I loved. And to be honest with you, as far as my diabetes went, broccoli didn't affect me. You know, cabbage, I love cabbage. I could eat cabbage by the head. I could eat a whole head of cabbage by myself. I'm sitting here talking about all these vegetables, and I'm not like, cabbage. It was delicious to me when I was eating it. Now I can't even remember what the taste is. You know, and it's not like I don't have a dysfunction. I'm not forgetting. I'm not losing my memory. That to me, and this isn't medical science. This is just my opinion based on my specific situation. I was chasing not chasing. I just don't like the way that sounds. I was following my cravings from whether it was sugar addiction or the chemicals that they spray on, because I didn't buy the expensive version of something. I kept the organic to keep the sprays and the chemicals off my food. I bought what I could afford. You know, like I said, I'm a blue collar guy. I do okay for myself. You know, I'm not starving to death, but I'm I'm paying my loans, and I'm paying my rent, and I'm paying my bills, and I have some money to do some fun stuff. I don't have money to throw at the $7 broccoli as opposed to the $4 broccoli. I may be able to do it, but come the end of the week, I won't have enough broccoli, or anything else for that matter. And I'm by no means a slouch. I do well for myself. I don't throw away money. Yeah, I hear you. It was for my health. But you know what? The research I'm seeing and the things I'm experiencing and my health benefits I'm feeling right now, my aches and pains being gone, all the things I've talked about in all my other videos, I don't know that broccoli in any way, shape, or form is a healthier version for you. I don't I would have argued against that before I started this, even though I did all the research. Pardon me, I got a rock in my shoe. Even though I did all the research, but now that I feel my body and I feel the aches and pains disappear and I feel the inflammation is gone, my hands aren't swollen. I didn't even realize they were. But now when I put my fingers together, I can actually feel the knuckles. And not in like a bony, skinny way. I'm just, I'm not feeling flesh between them, not feeling fat. And look, I still got weight to lose. I still got 20, 30 pounds of weight that should be gone. But it'll happen when it happens. I'm not counting the days. I'm staying off the scale more and more. And I'm just doing my thing. And I'm healthier for it. I feel better. The pain is gone. If you asked me a month ago to go for a walk, I would have went. But I would have been in my mind, what am I doing out here? Why am I doing this? This is a struggle. I was 20 or so pounds heavier, depending on what time in the year you caught me. I've been as much as 65 pounds heavier, and that's in recent memory. But I wouldn't have did it. I got up this morning and I could, normally I would get up, I'd go in the kitchen, I do a little, my girlfriend does 99% of the cleaning in the house. She's phenomenal. For me, she's the perfect woman. Not because she cleans, don't get all up in arms, but she just picks up where I leave off, and I pick up where she leaves off. We have a very, I'm probably going to catch hell for this. We have a very 1950s relationship. We have very defined roles. When we got together, we had many discussions about it, and we felt that that was the best way to go. It's something she grew up enjoying. My family was a little bit of a broken home and a little upside down as far as stuff like that goes, and it didn't work. And that was, again, my experience. But for us, it works. We have a very, there's things that I'm responsible for and I'm solely responsible for in my home. And it's things that she is responsible for and solely responsible for. Obviously, if she's hurt or sick or in some way she's unable to perform, I step up and I do what has to be done to run the household. And she does the same thing for me where she can. Obviously, she's not as strong as I am, so there's things she physically can't do. But like I said, in my interpretation of our relationship is I found the perfect one, which is a nice thing for me. And now I'm trying to be the best human being and live as long as I can. I'm 48 years old, you know what I mean? I mean, realistically, I have more time behind me than I have in front of me. And I don't want to wait till I get to the finish line to try to make changes.